Alright everybody, we're back here on Dodson logging today and we're going to see how much wood chips this huge wood chip storage area will hold. So last time I forgot to put the 70,000 that we dumped in there the first time, but I'll get that back on track for this time. And so we've still got our little wood chipper operation thing here going, our little factory, I guess. I just noticed a little mistake. I never saw this until just a few minutes ago, but the little display is floating up in the air. I forgot to fix that, I guess, but anyway, not a big deal. Okay, yeah, so let's get back to our job site, and looks like we've got a good bit on the ground, so let's see if we can't get some more skidded up. I think last time I had ended the video with skidding some more logs to the landing. Yeah, can't stand stumps. But we'll get just a few more logs drug up and have some more to work with if I can figure out where I was. I think looks like I made a turn here. Yeah, there's a tree right there. Yeah, these trees, they don't have a very far viewing distance, so whenever you have to get fairly close to them for them to show up. And I didn't bunch these trees up very good, so gonna have to go around and play kind of pickup sticks. Well, I don't know if I mentioned this in the previous videos, but my wife and I went and saw Ready Player One last Tuesday. See, this video is going to air on Wednesday, April the 11th, and we went and saw it that previous Tuesday. But anyways, it was a pretty good movie. I had actually listened to the audiobook. I didn't read the book. I listened to the audiobook, but yeah, it's pretty close. I mean, it's not, you know, spot on with the book. A lot of movies these days don't really do that. They kind of, I don't know, make it, I guess, a little better for a movie setting or something. I'm not really sure what their thinking is there. I mean, I know some books, you know, they're just to listen to the audiobooks like 40-something hours long, so obviously you can't have a movie that long. But you know, there's a lot of details, you know, in some of the books, and so they just can't include everything. But I thought it was pretty good. You know, it had a lot of 80s pop culture and video game kind of stuff to it, which I liked in the book. But yeah, I thought the movie was really good. Alright, so let's get over here and see if we can't get some of these trees processed. And I've already got my log truck back over there, so we'll be ready to load it up whenever we get to that point. I just want to address something real quick too. Let me check and see what the cut length is. Okay, we're good. I've gotten over the, I don't know, not very often, but occasionally I get somebody say, hey, why don't you do multiplayer? I'd like to play with you in multiplayer and all that kind of stuff. I'm just not to the point there yet. Reason being is I just really don't have much time to play. I mean, I normally record these episodes that you're watching right now on my lunch hour. So I just don't have a lot of time to play anymore. Well, gosh. I would like to do some multiplayer stuff. That'd be pretty cool, but you know, obviously it will be some caveats to that, being that this is a family-friendly channel. I couldn't have any cussing on my multiplayer series, anything like that. So, and you know, I tend to like to play, I don't know, I guess simulation style as much as possible, I guess. So we couldn't have any crazy mods where, you know, like auto load or anything like that. It'd have to be true to life as much as possible. So there's just a few little things there, but I don't know, maybe something in the future. But right now, I mean, I work from 8 to 5. Generally, my nights are fairly open, but like Wednesday nights is not. And then my weekends, usually here lately, I've been pretty busy on the weekends. If I'm not doing yard work, you know, mowing the yard or something, I'm either working on the house or off somewhere doing something else, you know. So I just don't have time. That's just to put it lightly, I guess. And plus, my wife and I've been waking up around 4:30 every morning and going to the gym and getting a little workout in. So staying up late anymore, yeah, that doesn't work out too well. Getting up at 4:30 in the morning. So sorry for all y'all that maybe want to play some multiplayer, but I just feel like I can't do that right now. It looks like we'll need just a few more trees to make us a good load, although we don't really need it because that wood chipper down there at the sawmill, it's still got a long ways to go, I think, to get empty, but we can maybe stockpile some logs or something. And I'm probably going to get the beast going too, because I really do want to really push this wood chip operation about to the max. I mean, I really want to see how many liters of wood chips that area holds. I have no idea. It's going to be huge. I mean, it's probably going to be in the tens of thousands of liters, no doubt. Because I mean, I just dumped. Well, actually, I know it's more than that 'cause I just dumped 70,000 in there. So yeah, it's probably going to be in the millions of liters of wood chips, I would imagine. But we're going to push that just as much as we can. We're going to waste nothing. If I happen to, with the fellow buncher, accidentally cut off a little chunk of wood, I'm going to go get through the woods and grab those. Like all these tops I'm putting back here, we're going to get those chipped up in here in just a second. And then these other little pieces that are right here in front of the processor, we'll get those picked up. In fact, I'm going to grab this right now. And get the wood chipper turned on. And I'm probably going to end up doing a high-speed video here before too much longer, because I really do want to move that along. We can get to other things too. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and chip up these little small trees I saw earlier. Get that taken care of. We'll get these little pieces. Oops. And I will eventually get a course play route set up to deliver the wood chips and return back there to the job site. But for today, I think we'll just drive it, because I think by the time we get over there to the sawmill, I'm hoping that that other truck will maybe be, I don't know if completely full, but maybe close. That thing's awfully slow. I mean, I hate to see if I can't figure out a way to speed that up. Alright, so here goes another 70,000 liters. Hopefully it'll dump it all right here. Yep, alright. Matter of fact, I think what I'm going to do is see, I don't think I already have a course player route set up. Well, I guess I do. I've forgotten about that. Oh, okay, that was for, I was working over on the plantation earlier, so let's see. Yeah, and I think that's, I'm not even sure where that goes. Well, I'll tell you, I'll just delete them all. Uh-oh. I'll just delete them all because we'll have to redo them anyway. Yeah, and some of that stuff I was using for the little preview video too. Let's see, get rid of that. And I'm just going to start a new course recording. And we'll get us back to the job site after delivering the wood chips. So this will be return from wood chips is what we'll call this one. once I drive past the entrance, just about. And I'm just going to stop it right there because I don't know in the future where equipment's going to be. So we'll call this one return wood chips. Can't type around these joysticks. Alright, there we go. And I keep forgetting to download the new Brux wood chipper that has the, it shows you how many wood chips are stored in there. That'd be kind of nice to know, because like right there I probably filled it up, what, a good quarter of it anyway. Alright, let's see. That's not quite a load. It's maybe 3/4 of a load. Let's get a few more trees drug up and processed. There's a couple big ones right there. And of course it's sitting around on a stump. Now let's see, I think, yeah, I thought I had stopped right up here somewhere. There's our fellow buncher. So I'm going to come up this way. Let's see if I can't get a few drug up. Try to find some, yeah, here we go. Here's one that's a bunch of 3. I tried to bunch them as best I could, but sometimes those trees, whenever you go to cut them, you can't get the claws around them for some reason. They just don't act right, and then they'll fall just straight back. But usually I try to make some nice, neat bunches. Oh, okay, so we got a bunch of trees picked up because that was just that last left-hand turn we made, so I don't think there's anything else. Well, there's one right there. We'll grab this one, or try to. If you can get the trees to slide just right, sometimes they'll line up pretty close to your trees you already have in the cable. Well, I've picked up all the trees, now I can't really see where I'd cut at. I need to cut me a better little path through here. it'd be nice to get a straighter shot at the processor. Maybe they won't get hung up on this tree. Oh wait, the tree's loose. Okay, good. Oh yeah, here we go. We'll grab these 4 since they're all together kinda, and that should be good enough. Should probably have more than enough for a load. Alright, so let's come around here and bunch these logs up a little bit. Make it easier to get with the processor. And then we'll have to cut some more trees down because I think that was about it. If y'all are new to the channel and watching this video, I've mentioned this and talked about this a few times, so you long-time watchers just tune me out. You probably heard this 5-6 times at least. But I do have a degree in forestry. I graduated college back in 2001. Went to work for a little timber company, actually not far from where this map's based. It's about I guess maybe an hour from there. And I worked as a forester there for a little while. Yeah, it wasn't, I guess wasn't quite what I was expecting. It was fun at times, definitely, but it had its bad moments for sure. Of course, I guess that's about every job, but yeah. So I never really got to operate in the equipment that some of the loggers had on site. I was around it a good bit because I would just about every day go check on whatever job we had going. Not quite every day, but because sometimes we had jobs that were 2 hours away, and it just didn't make any sense really to go check on them every day. because we had some loggers that were working closer to us, and we would certainly go check on them. But then of course there was also times where we had to go mark some timber or something that took half a day or more, so just couldn't go get to everybody every day. But I was around the equipment quite a bit. But one story I have, which I guess it's not really a story, it's just more of a situation that occurred, but a story I guess. But so we were working this one job. It was private landowners' land job, whatever, and to get in there was a gravel road, and it was, you know, just that kind of whitish gray crushed rock, kind of sharp, you know. I don't know, but anyway, so there was one spot in the road that was really washed out. So the timber company that I was working for bought a truckload of rock. They had it delivered, and the guy just kind of dumped it, you know, right there where the spot was that needed fixing. And so my boss said, go talk to the head logger guy, and the, you know, guy in charge said, get him, we need to get his dozer, his skidder operator down there to kind of, you know, smooth out the rock, fill in the hole, smooth out the rock. So I drove down there and found the guy in the woods, and he was having a little heated discussion with some of his guys. I don't know, something broke maybe or something, I don't know. Something's always broke with them loggers. But anyway, so I said, I need to borrow your skidder man to fix this road down here. And he was he's a nice guy otherwise, but you know, he was a little bit occupied at the time, so he was a little annoyed and like, you know, why are you asking me? Well, you know, well, you're the head guy. I just want to make sure it was okay to grab him. But anyway, I told the skidder guy what we needed, and my boss, after I told him what the head logger guy said about, you know, the guy or whatever, he said, well, you could have just hopped in the skidder yourself. And I said, I don't know how to drive that thing. I don't even remember what kind of skidder it was now. It's probably, well, some of those guys never run cat because they just, you know, thought it was too expensive. So most likely it was probably a John Deere or a Timberjack, because I don't think Tiger Cat was real big back then. This was 2001 whenever I was doing that. Summer 2001 into, I guess, winter of 2002. But yeah, you know, Tiger Cat just wasn't real big back then. I see it a lot more now as I'm driving around. In fact, I was driving around just the other day, and there was a big clear-cut area not far from where I live. I was going down a back road and just happened to see it. And most of their equipment was Tiger Cat. They had a Tiger Cat trailer loader with a delimiter on it. They had a Tiger Cat skidder, which was most likely I didn't get close enough to see it, but it's probably a 620 or 630. And they had a Tiger Cat wheeled feather buncher. And I think they had one other loader that was not a Tiger Cat. A lot of guys around here either run Caterpillar or Barco. Barco's a big one, especially with the wheeled feather bunchers and the loaders with the delimiters on them, the trailer mounted loaders. A lot of those are, I occasionally see some Tiger Cats and some Caterpillars, but mostly they're Barco. I don't really know where they're based out of or anything, but it may be a southern thing, because as I've been out and about other places, I don't really see any other Barco stuff. And then Prentice is the other one. You got Prentice loaders and loaders with the delimiters on them, that kind of thing. Alright, let's go see. I think this may be close to full. It may not be completely full. Yeah, it's not completely full yet. I want to make sure I put in completely full trailer loads into that area so I don't have to do too much math. Just a lot easier to type in 70,000, 140,000 than it is, you know, other little, put in other numbers. Let's see. You know, I'm wondering why I just don't go ahead and chip these up. I mean, it's, like I said, I'm trying to keep it as realistic as possible, and this thing here is not very realistic. But what I'm looking for is just little pieces of wood that may have gotten chopped off whenever I was using the fellow buncher. Like this may be something around here, or this may be one of the double trees, and I will see. Yep, one little piece right there. And hopefully that made it full. Oh, close. We're close. Okay, let's go ahead and get this truck loaded up since we're kind of out of stuff to wood chip up and put in that trailer. And I'm going to try to position this to where I can see the cab good, because a lot of times I get too far up and I can't really see, because you get see, when you kind of get too far this way, you can't see the cab at all. So really I went a little bit too far, but we'll see how this works out. And if you're wondering, I don't like using a dangle loader. I can't. I've tried a little bit, and I just can't get it. I mean, I've been using this FDR grapple loader for so long, I'm just so used to it. Plus, I really do kind of like the fixed grapples better than the dangles. Yeah, I'm just moving this truck all over the place. But once I get a few on here that are pretty well situated, I can kind of see where the ends of the logs are, and then I can go from there. Boy, that's a mess. I messed that one up big time. Oh golly, that's a mess. Well, so much for knowing where the ends of the logs are. Yeah, I'm catching some kind of collision or something on the truck. That's why it's moving it. That actually might be better since I moved the truck, actually. I can see the cab a little better. No, guess not. That's a little better. Well, this is going to be just about perfect. I don't know how many trees that was, but it worked out just right. Yeah, I could have put maybe 2 or 3 more logs on there, but this will work. And let's see, we got $2.2 million, so I think we're good on money. I may, let's see, this is too long to store. Well, I may just go ahead and sell these because I don't know what else to do with them. Like I said, I'm gonna eventually get the beast out here. Uh-oh, are we stuck? I'm gonna get the beast out here, either this area or a different place, and we'll get some wood chips going from the woods, other than the little Brooks wood chipper. And this truck, it sits pretty low to the ground, and now we're in mud. Yeah, see, I think we're hung up on the terrain down there on those roads. Alright, well, let's get our skidder. We'll go see if we can rescue our log truck. Whoa. A little fishtail action going there. Alright, that's not going to work. That's not going to work either. But I do know what will work. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Oh, none of that either. Yeah, let's grab one of these from the middle, maybe. There we go. And see, what I don't understand is this skidder, if you hook up, I don't know, 4 or 5, even, well, maybe not 4, maybe we'll say 6 or 7 pretty good sized trees and try to use the winch, it says it's too heavy, but yet when you hook up to a log truck, it pulls it right out. I don't really understand that. And we'll keep our skidder right there just in case we need it again, because this is a pretty good load for this truck. This truck's not very powerful, and it sits a little low to the ground. Plus, the FDR trailer's really heavy to begin with. I think we'll make it out now, if I can kind of stay out of the ruts. These little gray rocks sticking up are real tall. Well, so when I first uploaded this map, I just had it on my Facebook page and YouTube as links to download on, I think it was Mediafire, I believe is what it was. So I uploaded it to modland.net, and you know, at first I didn't have very many downloads, but the last time I checked, which was probably a day or two ago now, had like almost 370 downloads. So I thought that was pretty good. At least somebody's playing it. But the response I've gotten back so far, for the most part, has been really, really good. On Modelland, somebody commented there was a floating tree over by the sawmill. Oh no, a floating tree. Yeah, you try to build a map and not have a floating tree. I mean, it can be done, I suppose, but you've got to spend hours. With as many trees I have on this map, you got to spend hours and hours looking for floating trees. And I thought I got them all, because originally when I built the map, I had to use someone else's map, with permission of course, and then I had to lower all the trees down to the ground, so I basically touched almost every tree. But if I went back and did some terrain editing after I did that, then I may have missed a little bit. But you know, I thought just having, I've only seen myself like 2 or 3 floating trees, so I thought that's pretty good. Let me check on something right quick, if that thing will ever come to a stop. Let me look at something. I think I may have put some, did I put any wood chips in here? No, I did not. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and sell this load of logs, and we'll work on getting the sawmill going later. So if you're unfamiliar with this map, if you look right here on this end of this sawmill, this farthest one with the big smokestack thing, there's a log sell point right there that you can just drive through. I made it tall enough to you can just drive through it. And then the wood chip sell point is right there in front of the truck there. And I think I'm going to get that course play route going that we just did earlier. Make sure I activate that. And let's see how our trailer's getting full up here. Alright, we're about halfway. 35,000 be halfway. And we're just about there on that one. I tell you what, let me find my, oh yeah, we can get our skidder back to the job. Yeah, I may end up switching out trucks for that log truck, because that Kenworth is nice, but it just doesn't have enough power, and it sits too low to the ground. Because you can see, well, I don't know if, I guess maybe is that where we got stuck? But you can see right there that rock's sticking up pretty good. I'll just have to be careful next time, I guess, not to run over the center of those things. But I think what I want to do is I'm going to make another pass back the other way with our fellow buncher, and then when I get back around the job site start point, I'm going to cut out a little spot so I can skid the logs in straight to the processor. Alright, let me take care of this truck, get him stopped. Kind of pull him off to the side over here. I mean, you can look down through here and not find a floating tree. I mean, just not many at all. Alright, so I'm gonna drop a couple of trees right here close to this little road, so I'll kind of know where I need to turn in at. And let's see, I think I'm just gonna put them right kind of in the road too. That way it'll help me navigate in here. Oh, stump. Just kept thinking, why can't I go? Uh-oh. Well, those trees are heavy. And this FDR fellow buncher is not set up to handle these big trees. FDR modifies his trees about every version he puts out is new trees. So this machine here is set up to work on, I think, lighter trees. I think his trees are normally lighter because the sacrifice that he makes is his machines are lighter than they're supposed to be. That way they get up hills better and things like that. I used to watch a good bit of his videos, and he was talking about that, where, you know, when you get on a hill, I remember using some of his early equipment, you couldn't hardly get up a hill because the trade-off was if you made it too heavy, it couldn't get up the hill to start with, and if you made it too light, it was easy to tip over. So he kind of tried to find a happy medium of, you know, the heaviness of the machines. And then I think later on he started fiddling with the trees themselves in his maps. So that's why this machine is too light. It's not handling the heavy trees very good. But I haven't really found a good fellow buncher that I like. Other than this one, I've tried a few. I haven't really tested a whole lot of them. I might need to try that again and see if I can't find something else. Because I have kind of started getting away from the FDR equipment a little. The grapple loader I don't think I'll hardly ever get away from unless I find one I just absolutely like better. But I've just used it for so long. I'm so used to how it operates and the grapple and the weight and everything. It's hard to get away from that one. But I will definitely play around with some more feather bunchers. I mean, there's some John Deere ones out. There's Timber Pros, I think's out. I got a couple of those. Haven't really played with them all that much. There's even a Tiger Cat version of this one where somebody took this model and put all the Tiger Cat logos and stuff on it. I didn't like that one because I think it was, I'm trying to remember what was going on with that one. I just don't remember. It seemed like maybe something with the claws. Whenever you close down the tree, something was screwy with it. I just don't remember. Yeah, and I was hoping I put the trees low enough over here to just cut them, but I didn't. They're going to leave some stumps. Some of the areas, where I was bringing the trees back down to the ground, I just couldn't, do it all at once. So I had to just delete a bunch of trees and then replace them. And when I replaced them, I used the Control B. If you're familiar with the Giants editor, there's a way you can basically copy paste trees. So you're not, having to manually place each one of them. And so I just couldn't do that in some areas. I just had to delete the trees and copy paste. So when you copy paste, it puts them at terrain height, and there's just no way to, without manually touching each tree, to get them into the ground further. The only way you could do it is if you placed all the trees that way and then just selected the transform group and moved them all at once below the ground. But I didn't really do it that way, unfortunately, so I couldn't do that. Let's see, is that where we came? I think that's where we came, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna head back this way. Try not to put that tree too close to the others, that way when I back up to them there's not a tree top in the way. I completely forgot. Alright, we're up to 392. Wow, that's getting up there. Like I said, I'm trying to get to 1,000, so anybody that has not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, help me out. We're trying to get to 1,000, and when I do get to 1,000, there's most likely going to be some kind of neat little prize giveaway or something, I would hope. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, trying to get to 1,000 because YouTube changed their policies not too long ago, and it's affected all these smaller channels from getting monetized. In fact, I was up to around $75 on YouTube ad revenue or whatever. They pay you when you get to 100. So I hadn't even got paid. I've been doing YouTube now since I think 2015, maybe July or so of 2015, and I have not been paid yet. Which, you know, it'd be nice, but I enjoy doing the videos, so it's not a huge deal breaker. I'm not trying to make thousands of dollars on YouTube. Just trying to put some quality videos out there that don't have a lot of cussing and stuff in them, because some people don't like to listen to that junk. So anyway, but it's still fun. I enjoy it. I thought about hanging it up there for a little while, but I'm gonna keep on going. Alright, well, let's get a couple more trees cut here, and it's been about time to wrap it up for the day. I looked at the clock a minute ago. I was like, oh man, it's already an hour almost. Time flies when you're having fun. Alright, let's check and see. Well, that's almost there. And that's still got almost 30,000 liters to go. Okay, well, we'll just let that keep on going. So to close the video, I'm hopping the dozer, and we'll see if we can't get this wood chips that we just dumped in there cleaned up a little bit. But hope you enjoyed the video, and hit that subscribe button if you hadn't already. And we will see you next time. So enjoy the dozing, and y'all take care.